Roxana, the product designer with LIMS Plus, and today I have here with me Marissa. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Marissa. I am an employee of Water Testing Labs of Maryland. I have been here for about 5.5 years now, and I am now general manager here.
How long have you been a general manager for?
Um, Maybe probably at least a year now.
And how do you
Yeah,
like it?
so just it's good. I like to say I don't need to manage any of the people here necessarily. It's more just managing a lot of the business side, the office work, I suppose.
Mhm. What did you say your responsibilities are?
Oh, that's a big question. Customer relations, customer service, scheduling. I do some analytical work still, accounting, phones, making appointments, and then a lot of reporting, data analysis, and reporting to our customers.
Mhm. So you're the one responsible of taking care the reports are nicely put together and sent in time, right?
Right.
Okay. So, how would your job look like before you started to use any kind of limb system?
I think it was a lot more stress on myself and, of course, everyone else too. A lot more potential for mistakes and a lot more time consuming. I have always been very organized and, X, Y, and Z, but this eliminates a lot of the potential human mistake and it's keeps us organized and streamlined, much more time efficient, and I think it's a lot more professional too.
To use a limbs, you mean?
Yes.
Mhm. If you think about how much time it took you to prepare the reports for customers before and how much time it takes you right now, how do you see this difference?
I think as we move forward, it gets more and more time difference as we're learning to use the system better and build a better system with you guys that works best for us. At first it was a little bit more difficult, so at least like a 10% time less time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think we're moving up now, and I definitely spend like at least 30% to 40% less time, and it's a lot easier and less frustrating, and um, maybe we're being more careful from the very start with checking in samples as they move through the lab from the very beginning to the very end. It's all there, and there's not, everyone has access to it, not just me knowing how to do everything. So definitely less time and less mistakes.
Mhm. That's really great to hear. You mentioned that before you had to do more managing or at least be more all hands in the lab with the collectors, especially. Why is that?
Well, they maybe didn't have access or computer skill.
So most of your collectors had to come to the lab and take some paperworks in order to
Yeah,
know exactly what they have to collect, right? And they would
yeah, it's
have
all.
handwritten labels.
Mhm. We had this little binder that we relied on for our scheduling, and looking back now is like, whoa, chaos. And a lot of stuff can be missed. And, we did not miss things because we went back and rechecked so many times. And a lot of quality control or quality assurance checks that aren't necessary when you have a LIMS system that is, streamlined, and it already knows what to do and how to find the mistakes and make less. And then the people who aren't or weren't computer savvy, they're learning how to use this and it is intuitive to them, which is so great, or just easier to learn rather than learning Excel or Microsoft. Even those two things is a big deal.
Mm-hmm. That's a really great thing to hear that they are adapting really well. That is something that I appreciate about you, that you took everything like all hands. And even after the big release in October, you guys were like, okay, we are going to enter everything that comes through to the system and see how it goes. And I was impressed that you were able to run over 150 orders in just 1 week after the launch through the system, like end to end. You were able to do everything, and you didn't had so much training before.
Yeah, I mean, we had been using the system for 10 months
Yeah.
in a certain way, and we worked with you guys to build it how it would work for us, and it did. It worked. You guys made it really easy for us to implement it right off the bat, and we were able to do that. And so, nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah. So, how do you think the onboarding went for you guys? From our perspective, you were doing a really great job. But, like in the lab, how was the onboarding phase with everyone?
It went pretty smoothly. Obviously, everyone had an adjustment period and everyone's learning something new. So it can be frustrating, or an adjustment period.
Yeah,
For lack of
definitely.
better words. And, people are doing things they've never done before. Maybe they're seeing parts of the process that they haven't seen before. But I wouldn't say it's adding on any work to anyone. If anything, it's less, all conclusively, which is the goal.
Yeah.
Just the public part of what we did with you guys for the first 10 months, everyone has said, I can't imagine going back. Like having to go back to what we did before. Now we're spoiled.
Right now, you have almost everything in the system, right?
Yes, drinking water wise.
Yes, drink. That's why I mentioned like almost everything. Yeah. So you feel spoiled a bit.
Yeah, I do. Especially me. It helped me a lot supervisor wise. And then it's a lot of pressure making sure you don't have typos and stuff like that. Even
Yeah.
just like little things like that is a relief because, I do a double, triple check my work, but if I miss something, so it is a relief having a little bit less pressure too,
Mhm.
which who doesn't want that?
What was one of the biggest challenges that you had before and you don't have it right now?
Probably trying to manage it all by myself. And I'm not by myself. We have a great team here and everyone helps a little bit with everything. We all try and learn how to do everything so that we're versatile, and it is less.
What was one thing that was super annoying for you? Like answering phone calls and having to look through the files to find the answer, or going back and forth with your analyst to find out if the test is actually tested or not, stuff like that.
Yes. So I would say that it was a challenge before. Now that everything is in one platform, I feel a lot less pressure, or like it's not as necessary for me to be the one to answer the phones now, or like be around when someone does answer the phones to help answer the client's questions. Now everyone feels confident in knowing how to find things through the system so that I can spend less time off the phones and everyone can help the client in whatever way, like find old reports, find what's in our system now, see what they did last time, or how many times we have collected samples there, or why their schedule is the way that it is. And it's very helpful for me to not always have to be the one to answer all those questions. And everyone is feeling a lot more confident using the system and talking to clients, which is another benefit.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this is because of the transparency that you guys have right now at hand? Because everything is updated and anyone can actually go into the system and see the status is up to date?
Yeah, I think everything's really easy to find and very understandable. I am the one who spends the most in the system, but even if you haven't, been through this page or like looked at this before, it is easy to find and to figure it out from there without getting confused and like, oh, what does this mean? What is this doing here? It's very intuitive to people and obvious, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And what is one thing that you like the most to do in LIMS Plus?
I love just being able to click send report, send report, send report. It's really easy. And the fact that there's less mistakes, the way we can type in addresses and it's like a Google Maps, that's huge because there's less mistakes made there with spelling. Everything is done for me. I don't have to double check things as much, and the emails are already in our system, and we have a client profile now, so people can say this is where it was sent to and this is who we will always be sending them to, and I don't have to go and like make sure I'm sending it to the right email. And the reporting process is super streamlined, and once we get that client profile, access is going to be even better.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We're very client oriented. Carrie always says we're not in the sales business. We're here for our clients and give them the best that we can. So through service, through reporting, and then we can focus more on other things that are beneficial and build our business. It's so much easier now to quickly put in new clients, and that way we can hopefully find more work and more people find us.
Yeah. And what about return time? Did it change from before using a LIMS system?
Yeah, I think definitely. Once the analyst pushes something through to completed and approved, it pops right up and I can see exactly when reports are ready to be sent, and I just send them like that. I don't need to go through any more steps through to like type more stuff into the computer, or like I can immediately send something as soon as it gets out of the incubator.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of cases where that happens. And then, sometimes things get pushed around because, we're 2 floors here. So something goes on upstairs and maybe it doesn't make its way down here as quickly. So it is a lot less like human dependent, which is great.
Nice. That's good to hear. So, having this in mind, how much time do you think it took you before to return results for bacteria, for example? Like how much time it would
Probably
take?
the bacteria.
Hmm.
Yeah, we've always promised the reports in, 1 to 2 business days for our private clients. I obviously would always do that, but oftentimes it would take the 2 business days and I would send it like the last of that second business day. Now I can send it less than 24 hours after the client drops it off. And if that's all they have, just bacteria, it's so quick and it's quite effortless on my end. And even for other reports, other private clients, we share work with our other laboratory,
Mhm.
and the data is much more streamlined now that they can enter it and they don't have to send it to me. I don't have to wait for them to send it to me.
You don't have to
And
retype it.
print it out, retype it, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more streamlined, which cuts back on a lot of things, my time and the client's turnaround time. And even for public water, our public water clients, they get their monthly reports, but maybe not till like the end of the month when I have time to sit there and type up a ton of reports, or to have someone do that and then me go through all of the reports and check them. Now I'm sending them like the next day. And
Mm-hmm.
that has never happened. So that's also great too. I'm sure our public water clients appreciate the faster turnaround time on that.
Nice. So
Everyone's happy.
yeah, less than 24 hours for bacteria. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, if you'd have to describe LIMS Plus in one sentence, how would you do it?
LIMS Plus has made our business more efficient, more stable, more streamlined, and given us room and more vision to grow and expand.
Nice. That's really
If I could only
empowering.
say one sentence, was that like a compound sentence?
Yes. It's perfect. Yeah, yeah. So, having this in mind, what would you tell someone considering LIMS Plus for their business?
I would say it's scary to make a change, and maybe it won't be, so it's not always easy. Not everything is going to be easy about it. That's what happens when we challenge ourselves and improve. That's how we do that. But you need to do that if you want to improve and if you want to grow. And I think this is the perfect recipe for that, to not, stay, at a plateau and not grow. And it's a great business decision for all.
Nice. So, for when you say for all, it's for you as a business and also for your clients, right?
Absolutely. For the business, and it's attractive to clients too. We're better at doing our job, and now we can do more for our clients, and they appreciate it more too. It's a lot less human error, and it looks a lot more professional. It's only up from here, hopefully.
It needs to be. It's the only way to go from here. You said it already, like you are already spoiled, so you can't go back again.
Yes, we will not be going back. Yeah, and the more we do, the more we see the light for, like, being able to implement even more stuff into the system. It's becoming more obvious that we could do that and we can make that happen.
Yeah. And right now, you are starting to have a lot more time to do other stuff. You don't seem to be so stressed anymore about like small things that were just like ordinary stuff that you would have to do. And
Mhm.
that
Yeah, our
time you
days
can.
are our days are shorter. Nobody, I mean, we're not slaving away on paperwork.
Mm-hmm. You told us before that there were days like you stayed there just to make sure that you push through the Excel files that you used before, all the information, so you can enter another batch early in the morning. So that's another stress. Like you had to type everything in, like double checking all the information on the reports.
Mhm.
You had a lot of handwriting, so that small stress, it's adding up to your, let's say, like your normal routine, and that's not okay. It.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unnecessary
Mhm.
when, you can avoid that. And we're avoiding a lot of that now. So it's a lot more relaxing.
You can do your job easier, I would say.
Absolutely. And more clearly. And it's, less stressful, less papers, less writing, less mistakes.
Yeah. And you can have all this good energy right now with everyone in the lab not being so stressed, and everyone that is involved in this process can give more to the actual process and to the
Mhm.
client, like the information they
It
they
is.
have.
It's been super beneficial for everyone, not just me. Um, for scheduling people who go out on the road, and I'm asked a lot less questions, and it creates more independence for a lot of our employees as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's good, because this is the way they will want to grow and to learn more. They will have the energy and the willpower to do something else. That's really great to hear. Would you recommend LIMS Plus to other laboratories that are seeking a LIMS right now?
Absolutely. I was not here for the times that we've tried limbs before, but it has been implemented here before, but it's not stuck. We've never been able to successfully do this. And with this, it's been, not just successful, but it's improved. I mean, that is success. It's improved our business, I think, immensely, and it will continue to do that. I would
Mhm.
say it's a necessity to get a limb system, and I think Limbs Plus system should be the one.
Oh, interesting.
And you and Dachen have been great to work with, a pleasure. And that's another thing that is extremely important. It could be a great system, but it's a lot about who you're working with as well. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And in regards of that, I'm super curious about how do you find the process of reporting a bug or a problem, a thing that you would like to improve about the platform? How do you find that process?
I think it's great. We work as a team, the team here at the lab and your team on your end together to improve something. And you guys make sure we are, have our heads on straight with a lot of things. And you bring ideas that, we don't know about and we don't think of. We always say just because something has been done one way for eternity doesn't make it the right way. And
Yeah.
it's been really great. I mean, we could have never done this ourselves, and to work with people who have your best interest and help think and process problems and resolve them in the best way, which it's been great. We say we want one thing, but then you guys are like, wait a second, it could be this way. And we're like, oh, that makes complete sense. So it's been great.
Do you enjoy the process of being part of the iterative design phase? I mean,
Mhm.
when we are developing a new feature, we have a brainstorming session first. We make sure that we are putting together a list of criterias from all of you that
Mhm.
are using that new feature, basically, to
Yeah,
make sure that we are having everything in one place, and then actually having design proposals so you
I
can
think
choose from
that's
them.
it's awesome. I've never done or seen this process before, and it's been really great to put all of our ideas together, and you guys, obviously do all the work. But you hear us, and we tell you our problems, and we don't always know the best way to fix it ourselves, but that's where you guys help us a lot. And whatever we need or think we need, it's been great. And I've no doubt that hopefully there's no end, but it's a great system, and finished product is super strong, and it's really cool what you guys do, and it's really cool to be a part of it.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm so glad that you are part of it, because it's so nice to have your ideas and you have this energy that keeps going on and on and on. And each time we see each other, you have something on your list of questions. And sometimes even things that you thought of, like we thought about this. Would it be possible to do it? And the way that we are collaborating is so great. It's,
Yeah. I mean, you guys have built, we have all built, this is really great. It's amazing.
yeah. Congratulations to you too. Because
You too. We should be proud.
yes, exactly. Exactly. In the end, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Hopefully, you guys never come for my job because, I feel a little. No, that's silly, but it is. It's great. I'm a lot less needed, maybe, but it's good.
Good. Thank you very much, Marissa. It's been a pleasure, as always, to talk with you. And we are going to hear each other 1 year from now to see how it's going.
Woohoo!
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.